Well, the 7 resolutions that...
There are 4 resolutions.
I'm talking in the past, that Conrad put on in the afternoon of a meeting, instead of under the rules and regulations that you have to have it on a week ahead of time unless by majority of the board agrees to having it go on earlier, you felt that those should be read, even though we had not seen them before, nor had we had time to discuss with council on those. Why was that okay then?
That's our problem, Bo.
That's the problem.
That's what the problem is, Bo.
You have it too long.
You know?
Well, they didn't. They left the room.
Before.
They never appeared at the meeting.
Nah,
Yeah, you never came to the meeting.
The agenda shall be prepared by the village clerk at the direction of the mayor. The agenda shall be prepared by the village clerk at the direction of the mayor. All resolutions shall be submitted to the village clerk by 4 p.m. at least 1 week prior to the regular meeting. No resolution may be placed on the agenda after that deadline without consent of the majority of the board.
Correct.
It may be that I made a mistake if that occurred. I don't know when the resolution was put on, when it was put on the agenda. I have no notes as to that, but I follow the rules of procedure to the best that I can. If I made a mistake as to being a day late or whatever it was, then I will take responsibility if that particular item was not followed. However, these rules and regulations have not been followed by this board since they were adopted in 1997. But we will make sure that they are followed to the letter from now on.
These are the rules of procedure that you referred to in your legal document to us.
Yes, it was one sentence. I said that you could find the answer pursuant to the rules of procedure. That's exactly. You want me to read the memo? I'll give it to you.
No, no, I have the memo. I don't need you to read the memo, but that's what you had stated as of these rules of procedure that you referred to. So when we finally got these rules of procedure a couple of months later, after last meeting, you had told us that we weren't able to do something that we were attempting to do, and in terms of wanting to
tell me what section I told
resolutions and local laws. Resolutions cannot be removed from the agenda of a regular or special meeting without a motion adopted by a majority vote of the Board of Trustees. That's what we did. Majority of the board voted.
Resolutions may be added. Resolutions cannot be voted until every member of the Board of Trustees has the opportunity to offer comment. Resolutions cannot be removed from the agenda
Number 5.
of a regular session without a motion adopted by a majority of the Board of Trustees. If you want to remove resolutions from the agenda, fine. Remove them from the agenda by a majority of the board. That's in your rules of procedure.
Well, there were resolutions that are put on here that weren't put in a timely manner for the 3rd month in a row.
But you have resolutions that were put on 2 days before the meeting.
That's correct.
Yeah, that was with the consent of the majority of the board, all 4 trustees.
All 4 trustees agreed to put those on.
That's
No
how-
resolution.
Well, and I gotta jump in there.
Shock. Village government, that's fine with me. I only represent the board as a whole.
Well, we'd like to do it by rules of procedure.
Yes.
What about the content? I don't have the rules.
There's the public discussion right now.
But those rules were adopted by a board in 1997, and it was used then, but it was never used by prior. So I don't know, I was unaware that those rules, those were the only rules we adopted ever, and ones preceding that.
I just became aware of them myself.
In a working practice, we've never used them. You've all been here for years. And prior administration for 8, never
Kathy.
employed.
Excuse me a
Kathy.
minute. I had questions about rules and procedures.
Okay.
And I went to see Bo and
Right.
asked him for
In
the
November.
answers.
Right.
In November. Okay.
You asked me for 3 questions. I gave you a memorandum on those questions. and I
2 months
answered-
later.
You did. I told you what was occurring. You did not have a problem when
I
it was
called you
com-
every 10 days and said, when am I getting it?
You
I
are-
even asked you if
you are
I was gonna get it
untruthful.
as a, no, I am not.
You are untruthful.
Excuse me.
Did I call and ask you if I could get it
You
for
asked me,
Christmas
and I told you
present?
Hold on.
exactly what was happening.
Come on, Bob.
Anybody else got something to say on this?
There's a question at the board, right? The question was asked, who
It's not-
prepared
it's
the
not.
memorandum?
Yeah, we didn't get an answer.
No.
Why?
So,
You can ask that at the,
he made a motion, I seconded it.
I know.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
No.
No.
Resolved that the minutes of the Board of Trustees meetings of February 4th and special meeting of February 11th, 2010 are hereby accepted.
Second.
All those in favor?
Resolved that the treasurer's report for January 2010, Justice Court, Police Departments, and Building Inspectors' reports for February 2010 are